I'm broke the boss, I flip the script. Super Trucker Podcast got me fully equipped. Left the noise behind, now I'm stacking green. Voyager Nation made me live the dream.
The truth about leasing on to a carrier, that is today's topics, pros and cons. There's a little bit of both.
All right, so what do you think?
Well, I actually think it's a pro as far as leasing on, because you have an ability to actually get your business off the ground while you still are learning the business, and it's about shifting certain liabilities to the experts because they've been doing it a little bit longer than you have, such as like the insurance portion, the compliance, the safety, even booking of the loads. So there's a lot of things that go under that category.
Yeah, so I would have to say it really depends. I think what's important to know is, for example, at least that would be important for me. If my goal is to build a trucking company and to actually run the trucking company, then you eventually have to go, independent. But if your goal is not to actually have a trucking company, if you just want to be an owner-operator, that's your goal, because not everybody wants to go all the way.
Right, but I think it's important to know what the carrier could offer you, because I think sometimes your goal is a moving product, is a moving target. You may start as hey, I'm gonna only be me, and then you find that you're pretty good at it, and now you want a few more trucks.
No, absolutely.
And I think I've also seen where somebody's like, hey man, I'm gonna build an empire of trucks, and has a bad experience. It's like, nah, you know what, I'm pretty good with one truck.
So I think that's important to understand, especially in the early stage. So for example, even if you have a plan to take over the world, ideally, like I've done it, pretty much anybody that I know that has any success in trucking, for most part, people first started as a lease on owner operator and then took it from there. I don't even think I know one individual that started independent of the get-go and succeeded. As a matter of fact, just like based on the stories that I hear from you, like there are a lot of people getting too deep too soon, and just to learn that we wasted a bunch of money and we still don't have a finished product that can actually run properly.
I actually have a news story about that. Can I share it?
Yeah.
All right, so check this out, my people. I'm not going to say names, but my guy is up in Connecticut guy. Everything is there. Boom. He has his business. Actually, 5 years. But he's not he has his driver. He just got his CDL. He was working with drivers under his authority. All right, so cool. Follow me? All right, guys. So then he gets his license. He's about 3 months in. He moves to Florida. So he changes his driver's license without telling anybody or updating any information, and next thing you know, knock on the door, cancellation on the insurance because he changed his license. And again, he had some other claims with some of his drivers where it got a little bit choppy, but especially that's what chose him to get into the truck. So he had a few trucks. He was scaling it. The guys banged them up a little bit. The insurance almost canceled that one event because of a safety situation. And just now, I don't know if the insurance was just waiting or what, but hey man, just the change of his license to Florida as a resident, but all the other information was from Connecticut. He got a cancellation letter.
Yeah, because in most cases, insurance don't even have to provide you the reason. Also, Florida is considered a high-risk state. That's that. Then you start to, when you get into your own authority, you're always trying to prove the world that you are not the bad guy, because everybody is looking at you as like chameleon carrier before a carrier.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Like literally, it's an uphill battle, and any changes that you make is gonna be seen as you running. We would go out and the insurance company owners, we would buy a mansion in Miami and would live happy there, and we would see nothing wrong with that. But any trucking company ever changes the state, you going uphill battle. Is that something that is, the dead end? No. Is that very complicated? Yes, it is. So, for example, let's see, Voyager, right? We were found in Texas. Then we ended up moving company to Illinois. And then we moved to Florida. We went all the circle.
Right.
And now, every step of the way, actually, the last move was supposed to be the hardest, but it was easiest. But that was because we already ate all the shit before that.
Okay. So on the initial move, it was the...
Yes, it was very complicated. We almost lost authority a couple of times just because we were always in the fight, trying to prove something that is not provable. Kind of. It's like that question, when did you stop beating your wife?
Oh, yeah.
It's exactly that. So if you're moving, no, you're not moving because of opportunity, because maybe you have a customer, maybe you have let's just say, better business gigs, right? No, it's always because you shady. You shady. You must be doing something wrong. You must be running from somebody. So that's one of the challenges. For somebody who lived through all that, I would say, man, that's fucking unfair as fuck.
Yeah, I mean that's the frustration behind it, and
but the problem is, the insurance companies, we don't care. We're all about risk management. It's not even about the insurance. It's all about the money. It's not about safety. It's not about anything. It's just the money, because even, let's just say, when it comes down to loss runs, right? Incidents, accidents, and so on, all that stuff is actually, it's all about the money. So even if, we have to accept the totally fraudulent blame, but this will cost less and go away, we will.
Yeah.
Leaving you with a record of loss runs.
But their decision
is totally fraudulent, but that's their decision. That's their money. You're paying premium, and we decide what we want to do. But in my opinion, based on things that I've seen, it's always about money. It's like, what's gonna cost less.
Right.
It's not about what's right or wrong.
No. So it's always going to be that financial. So I think that piece right there just hit this topic. Why authority isn't always just a golden ticket, because it comes with a lot of baggage, just like this.
Because again, this is going back to what I said at the beginning. Starting your own authority without an actual goal, which again you can always introduce at any point later.
That's what I'm saying.
When it's time to go, it's time to go. Most people, I think we have a problem seeing other businesses as a partnerships, or risk takers and so on. And we always see other businesses, oh man, these guys making money off me. Of course, it's not the Salvation Army.
No, yeah, but that's part of being that business owner, man. It's there is a cost to do business.
Yes, and there is a risk associated with that and everything else. So, for example, if you ask yourself a question, how you gonna like the DOT audit? And if you think it's all the rainbows and the unicorns, no, it's not. It's gonna suck every single time. Even if you do everything by the book yourself, it's still gonna suck. Now you introduce a couple of drivers to that equation.
I think a lot of people have a problem understanding that part, because you haven't quite walked through that just yet. So there's this camaraderie that exists amongst drivers, which is good. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I am saying is imagine you're going through an audit, and some of the toughest answers you have to answer and go through, and maybe lose everything you built is based on something you didn't even do. Is based on something that you just gave that guy an opportunity, and now you're asking that. So to stomach that is not an easy task.
Yes, even though it's super cool, when somebody is giving you the excuse or whatever, with a million reasons why we had to do what we did, and why this ended up being such a big deal. You may be a very good man and very kind person. To kind of I understand, Bobby, your goldfish died. It's a very stressful situation, and you had to PC across 6 fucking states to get to that funeral. However, right now everything that I ever worked for is going to shit. I mean, but I hope that funeral went okay.
There you go. And I also think even right here, right, how to spot red flags before signing on. I don't know. I think some of the guys won't even see red flags because I think a lot of guys out there that don't really understand trucking as deep view certain red flags, what we see red flags, as a value system. Hey man, come here, ELD disconnect, PSP, never show PC, blah blah blah. All of those little things that you have value for now is because of the position you're in right now.
Yes.
But once that gets a little too far and out of your control, it's going to come back and then be a red flag. Owner-operator partnership is very real. I got tons of guys who are making $4,000 take-home. Learn how you can do that by giving me a call at 863-342-5171. We are conveniently located in Lakeland, Florida. We are a Florida-based trucking company that is here to provide you resources to be successful. So once again, it's 863-342-5171.
I actually interviewed somebody for a safety position a while back. The dude had a little bit exposure to trucking, and then he worked as an agent, insurance agent, and some of the insured people were trucking.
Okay.
So apparently he had some business experience, and during the interview. I have a little bit of experience from the trucking end with dealing with insurance and claims and everything else. So I'm asking him all these questions, for example, so how do you deal with real safety issues? For example, safety score goes bad, or usually second year insurance is gonna really hit you hard. If you thought first year is bad, wait for a second year. Then at about 4th, 5th year, if you don't make too many mistakes, it's gonna get a little easier.
Okay.
Maybe even a little cheaper too. Maybe not a fact. However, it's gonna suck every step of the way. So I'm asking this guy, okay, so we discussed some safety challenge, maybe ELDs or something like that, and DOT audits, and I'm asking him okay, so what do you suggest your customers in trucking do for insurance renewals? And he's like, oh man, that's easy. You just you run that authority until your first audit, then you drop it, you start a new one, and here we go, you go for another year or year and a half, because it depends.
Okay.
Maybe now it changed a little bit, but back in the day it used to be I think up to 18 months or something like that before your mandatory audit. So you got up to 18 months, and you run it until the wheel's gonna fall off, and then you start a new authority. And I'm like, and have you been suggesting that to the customers? He's like, yeah, man, everybody does it.
That's why I'm here.
And I'm like, man, you literally, just by advising that, this is what you do. Let's say you had 2 happy customers, Johnny and Bobby, right? And maybe we made through 1.5 cycles of that, and we're able to stay in business. But after that was a dead end, literally dead end for the next, I would say, probably 5 to 10 years, until everything gets so old
that they can't find it.
Nobody, and these days I think that gap is getting longer and longer, not shorter and shorter, because
technology,
everything
information,
the information is available. and man, like, and he's so proud of that. He's presenting it to me like he just discovered the freaking, I don't know.
Electricity.
Yeah. Like he's discovered electricity. This is how you do trucking. That's how it works. It's freaking amazing. But okay, let's just say Johnny and Bobby are two idiots, right? That don't know any better. That's all we want to do. Just break every rule in the book and like get away with that and milk it for as long as there is milk. Let's say we're not idiots. Let's say Bobby actually turns out to be very, very successful businessman with a huge potential. Let's say he's he's able to get people to follow him. He can actually build something. There is something about this dude that he does something right?
Right.
Just by following that idiot's advice, he buried himself. He threw the best opportunity of his life into the trash can forever.
No, and I also think like it's not just about Bobby, because if he's building something, you need people to build something. So you're going to be surrounded by people, and usually it's quality people. So I don't know, man, like how many good people are going to, I get once maybe even the second time, like you were saying, but not a lot of people are going to go through that. Like stand by a company and that loyalty, like your team and all that. That's it could get complicated.
No, I actually seen plenty of people who think that's a good idea. The only problem is to actually go through this. I've seen very few people, and most of them either at some point on the second run, we paid the price for all the mistakes of the first run. Or we decided, you know what, I'm just going to be an owner-operator, lease on to somebody and call it a day, because this is definitely not going to work.
Right.
Because it's just challenging. It's, the trucking is a very high-risk, huge liability business. And unless you've been on all sides of that, like, for example, remember the Narada?
Oh, yeah.
And remember what he told us?
Don't worry about it. The customers, it's their trailer. What's going to happen?
Yeah, like, and I could smell that shit like over a phone when he was calling.
Yeah, and now...
So, but here we go. So, like, it's not so easy. It's actually very challenging, and you gotta do it right.
Yeah, you have to have that relentless. That falls right into there, man. That's that owner mindset versus employee mindset. That's going to make a huge difference into the outcome.
Yeah. So, like, again, like being carrying the responsibility, because now you paying the bill. So, for example, you did not do the pre-trip inspection before you hit the road, and now you need to swap tires somewhere in the middle of a trip. Do you think you can get better price on those tires in the middle of a trip in the truck stop, or you can get a better price on the tires in your home area, the places that you know, under your rules, under your time limitations, and everything else?
Yeah, because I think the more you're responsible for in this business, you start to understand a lot quicker that this is a penny business, and you're going to start to understand that right there is absolutely monumental. Those little things like that add up, and they add up pretty quick.
Absolutely. So you gotta, if you're playing with employee mindset, at least do yourself a favor and kind of at least then lease on to a carrier instead of doing your own, because your costs are gonna be ultimate if you're gonna run under your own authority, and you're still probably not gonna be the best business partner for that carrier if you act like that.
Yeah. So and I mean, I think like it's right here, man. Like Voyager Nation sets everybody up, these owner operators, to win. And I think a lot of people can leverage from this opportunity and this partnership that we have. It comes in all shapes and sizes. Some people use a couple more perks than others, but nevertheless, the winning formula is there for you to take advantage of. You just got to make the phone call at 863-342-5171 and learn more about those details and come with all the questions you have. We will have the answers. Operators looking for the best business owner opportunity, look no further. I got all the programs that are going to make you successful. Everything to operating from 2 different fuel cards, top of the line trailers with a maintenance program that is unbeatable, to plates, insurance, you name it, we got it. All you got to do is give us a call, 863-342-5171. Learn more and get started.